guys, it's Miss Perry. Hope you guys had a great break. Hope you got a lot of rest. We're going to get right back into it. We're going to start talking about Newton's laws. And you probably already have a little bit of knowledge on this, but let's go ahead and get into them. I've got separate videos for first, second, and third. So if you need to go back and review something, you can do it individually, and you don't have to go through one big long video. Okay, so let's get started with the first law of motion. Now, this all started with Galileo. He recognized that motion, that you can describe it in terms of speed, velocity, and acceleration. And then Isaac Newton, or Sir Isaac Newton, built upon those ideas. And that's where he came up with 3 laws of motion. Okay, so things that we need to remember while we're talking about this is objects do not move independently. You've got to have some type of force. Things don't just spontaneously move. A force is a push or a pull. And remember, we talked about acceleration. That is 3 different things: speeding up, slowing down, and changing directions. So changing directions is still acceleration. Okay, so Newton's first law of motion is also called the law of inertia. And it says, you've probably have heard, if an object is at rest, it will stay at rest. If an object is in motion, it will stay in motion at the same velocity. Okay, so it just says an object will not change its motion unless it's acted on by a force. Okay, so something has to make an object move. Okay, also, because we're talking about the law of inertia, objects with more mass have more inertia. Inertia just means it doesn't want to move. It's a resistance to movement. So if there's more mass in an object, it's going to be harder to move it. So it's going to take more force to change the motion. And here's an example of the law of inertia. A lot of times, you might feel something like this law describes if you're in a car. Okay, so if you're in a car and you're going down the road, and then all of a sudden you come to a quick stop, then you still kind of go. Your body still kind of goes forward, and that's why we wear seatbelts, because you're going to keep moving even though the car has stopped. So the car was stopped, but nothing has stopped your body, so you're going to keep moving. And to kind of expand upon that, this is why we wear seatbelts, because an object at rest remains at rest, and objects in motion remain in motion with the same velocity unless they're acted on by an unbalanced force. And we'll talk about that later, what an unbalanced force is. Okay, so anything that changes the motion of an object, other objects around it can still be moving forward. So if you're in a car with no seatbelt and the car stops, you're going to keep going. And if you look at my cute little pictures, you can go right out that windshield and plop on the pavement. And that would not be a good thing to happen. So the windshield decreases your forward motion, but it'd be better if you had on a seatbelt. I think that would decrease the motion a little better and a little safer. Okay, so that is the end of first law of motion. Please move on to the second one, and we're going to go through these and one by one. All right, see you later. Bye.